So how's the tour going so far?
It's been great. We've been having, now today is the first show of the bigger stage set. So it's a controlled chaos upstairs with the crew guys, but it's so far it's been really good. The reception to the new song's been great, and we get along well with the other bands and having a good time. That's what it's about.
Have you had time to just look around in the cities?
We tend not to stay in the tour bus. We get a hotel and go out and check out the cities, and to a soccer game in Madrid, watch Atletico Bilbao and Real Madrid. That was great. And been eating a lot and trying good beers.
Yeah, you're like a beer fanatic. You've got your own brand, right?
Yeah, I got my own brand called Frequency. So I brew beer with brewers up in Sweden. Yeah.
And what does bigger stage set mean?
Yeah, I mean more props and more lights and everything. And right now we got like moving lights, and you can change the picture or the image of the stage pretty quick and change the scenery, which is really cool. So yeah, it's more stuff. That's what it means, Yeah.
Is this like a test for the new DVD you're gonna record?
It's not a test. I mean, this is the very set that we're gonna use, obviously. But prior to this show, we played smaller clubs, or now it's bigger venues. So it's about fitting the stuff in the room, of course.
Okay. So we talk about Siren's charms, obviously.
Yeah.
Why are you now with Epic Records?
Because we didn't have a contract. We were out of contract when we went into the recording of this album. So, and then Sony approached us during the recording and obviously after the recording. But they came to the studio, listened to the stuff, and say good things. And we never been on a major label before, so let's try to see how it works out. But it's been great so far. They are they're good at what they're doing, that's it really. We went into the recording without any label, and after the album was done, we signed the deals.
Can you rely on that the label will want you, or is this always a little dangerous not having a label behind you?
Don't really think about that. I mean, when we go into the recording, what label we have, what's on the backside of the CD or the vinyl, whatever, it doesn't really affect us, We go into the studio, try to write the best album that we can, and hopefully there is someone that want to release it, and
Okay. You recorded the album in Berlin. Why did you choose the Hansa Studios?
Because it's a fantastic studio, has a great history. So many great artists been there recording fantastic albums, and me personally, I just want to be part of that. And you never know how. There's not that many great legendary studios left in the world, and you don't know how long they will exist. And I wanted to record there. I went to the studio a year prior to our recording, and when I was there, I was just like, wow, we got to record here. So I called up the other guys and asked them, or didn't even ask them, I told them this is the place that we should record, and they were like, okay. And it's close to Sweden anyway. It's 1.5 hour flight if you want to go home, but it's far away enough not to go home every night. I always feel like you have to distance yourself from the normal life when you record. I'm 100% into the recording, and that's the way I want it to be.
When you say normal life, what is your normal life?
This is not my normal life. Normal life is home with my kids. That's the normal life. Like, you go home and you sleep in your own bed, you shit in your own toilet, you eat your own, you cook your own food. That is normal. This whole thing, I do this many days of the year, but it's still not normal. Therefore, when I'm off touring, I run a record company, and I'm doing that every day, and you have the beer, and getting the kids from school and so on. So that is normal to me. But to have those distractions around you, I don't think it helps the actual recording. I want to be as I said, 100% into what I'm doing, the
Really
recording.
being focused.
Yeah, because it's right there and then it happens, and I don't want to go back and I feel like, oh fuck, I didn't do it right. I want to be 100% satisfied, and this is the best that we can do right now, and so that's why I need to stay away from everything, you know.
Okay. How long have you been in Berlin?
We were there 6 weeks, the actual recording of the album and part of the writing, and then we did a mix after the album was done, but we were there in person for 6 weeks. I had this idea of absorbing whole Berlin and be out there and writing lyrics on different bars and cafes and whatever, different locations, but it turned out I was basically in the studio 24/7. The first 2 weeks we were out a little bit checking out the city, but then it was just work.
I feel like you focus more on bigger choruses, the emotion flowing through the songs.
We just try to write the best melodies that we can, and whatever happens right there and then. I don't ever want to do the same thing again and again and again. So obviously this one is slightly different from the previous ones.
I thought about how it could be that you play When the World Explodes live. Is there any idea?
There's an idea.
What is this idea?
Yeah, but Emilia got to be there. I don't want to do it with backing tracks. She needs to be there singing. So, but that probably will happen. The thing with us is like we don't really rehearse that much before an album. We write the album in the studio, so we need to rehearse afterwards. We need to be comfortable with the songs. Right now, I feel that we are playing the new songs good. They can be slightly better, but they are definitely good, and we need to be comfortable with the set. And the same with When the World Explodes. That song is not something you just throw into the set. You got to rehearse it, and we started to rehearse it slightly, a few sound checks on our own, but I don't want to do it without her, because she's the one that makes that song complete.
Does Niklas had any influence on the new album?
He has an influence, being the person that he is. He brought a lot of good vibes and great energy into the band when he joined us for real. He haven't been writing any music. It's still Björn and me that is doing those things. But he's been recording on this album. He's been playing guitar on this album, and the way he have a certain style. He have a certain way of picking, which differs from Björn's way, and that obviously had an impact on the album, how it turned out. But writing is still Björn and me.
Do you see that Niklas maybe will come into the songwriting process, or will it be in future albums still you and Björn?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. He's as big part of the band as anyone else. But me and Björn been doing this for quite some time. We've been part of 10 of the 11 albums, and you can hear it when Niklas is writing 100%, like he does for Engel. It differs.
I've got a question concerning the artwork. What does it represent?
You can see the wings there coming from the Siren, and it really depends on. You can look at it 2 ways. This person that's there could either be at the very end of his or her days, being absorbed by the Siren, or it can actually be the birth of something new coming out of this tragedy, misery, whatever.
Did you or the band have the idea, or was it someone else?
It's always. I've always have the idea. We have artists that are extremely good at what they do, and I want them to feel the freedom to do and express what they want to express through my lyrics. So yes, I'm part of it, and I say yes or no, but I let them interpret my feelings, my thoughts. But I would never agree to something that I dislike. Everything is on the album for a reason.
My last question is coming back to the DVD, why did you choose Stockholm and Gothenburg as the scenery? Obviously, Gothenburg is your hometown.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much answered yourself. I mean, it's the biggest show on the tour, and it's our home country, and the city of Gothenburg been giving us a lot, you know, and through the years, and we would like to give something back and kind of document where we started. Even though we didn't start in this big arena, we started in a very small place, but it's like coming full circle in a way.
Okay, I'm done.
Cool, man.
Cool.
Thank you.